I didn't hear it, but did you announce the financials on the entertainment committee?
Yes. Yes, I did.
Okay, so 784 you said was due to COVID?
That we didn't do anything, so we had the money, we accumulated the money. Most of that money usually goes to a holiday party because it's expensive. We try to keep it down to the $25 that we've always had because people complain if you go over. But we have, we have the entertainment and we have, so it's cost a lot of money. So we tried to hold on as much to money, but we didn't have the holiday party for 2 years. So that accumulated the money.
Okay, but don't you get $100 a year from the
That's,
board?
no, that's for the closet.
That's for the
Oh,
supply.
okay.
That's for the closets, that's for the supplies, that,
That's an in and out.
So do you intend to keep carrying this balance, or you're going to start applying it? to
No,
the
well,
cost? As events occur?
yeah, with Bunko, we don't make any money with Bunko, so that's been going out. We have candy and stuff for Bunko, so we've been, over the last several months, spending that money. And that is why it's going down. We
I just
started.
want to know if the objective is to build a balance or to utilize it.
Oh, we'll utilize it, and hopefully we'll have our holiday party this year, so we'll be down to almost zero after that. All right. Anybody else?
Can you tell me when the Comcast contract is up for renewal?
I think we have another 5 years.
5 years.
5 years.
Why do we want to renew it?
We'll talk about it.
We will, when we get to that point, we will talk
Talk
about
about
it.
it.
There's not much we can do about it now. To try to get out of it would be super costly.
So we won't be able to even talk about it until 5 years from now?
Well, so about,
Maybe
3, 4
4
years.
years. We
4 years
start
from now.
renegotiating
Yeah.
about a year ahead of time. So we would talk about it then.
Okay, because now most things are delivered by internet, they're not delivered over cable system.
Well, it's both.
Well, how do you get the
Comcast is both. Internet and cable.
Basically, when you look at your TV program, it is over the internet.
and your internet provider is Comcast here
Yeah,
Is one of the internet providers.
Yes.
for 18th.
Right. But if I want internet, I'm having to pay, but right now I'm paying for a service I have no desire to see whatsoever. I'm also paying for my internet line. With the internet line, I could get all the network televisions, every program known to God,
Then why are you paying for it?
because I can't have internet without paying for it.
Oh, internet, he can't have without paying for it.
What I'm saying is a Comcast contract with the service you have now is totally irrelevant. All
Only-
content is
Only the
void.
basic
No, it's-
cable
it's-
is included.
It's cable and the internet. Our Comcast.
No, it's not internet.
No, it is not internet.
It's
Basic
not
internet.
internet, it's
It's not
basic
internet.
cable.
You do not get internet.
No
No, he
internet.
can't.
No internet.
Okay.
It's basic cable is what.
Basic cable, which in this day and age is totally
For some people,
absurd.
For some
not
people.
everybody.
Well, for everyone, hey, show me somebody that does not have an internet connection.
Oh,
Yeah,
so-
lady right
Show me
here.
people that know how to use
This
that for
lady
their
right
TV.
here.
Not
They
everybody
make
knows
a
that.
little $29 stick from Amazon that you plug in that
That's-
takes all
Mary
that
doesn't have
knowledge, you don't have to have it.
Okay, all right,
Internet is separate from basic cable.
yes.
Who chooses the independent engineer for the drainage?
The master HOA did,
The master did?
yes, they did that. So Simmons and
Is
White.
there a way we can find out who it is?
Simmons and White.
Oh, Simmons and who?
White. Simmons and White. They're very well-known in the county as great engineers. That's masters.
Is there any update on Mattamy?
Pardon me?
Any update on Mattamy?
I think don't we have anything in here?
Yeah,
no.
We'll do it in new business.
There's nothing, there's no update on that.
Let's keep going.
All right, yeah. Okay, nobody else? Okay. The empty director positions.
I move to have Tim Siebert.
Wait, I want to read this. This is Tim Siebert. My name is Tim Siebert, and I'm a recent new owner of 7233 Claude Park Drive West, here at the Stern Lakes South HOA. The most recent past 17 years, I've resided in Fort Lauderdale, a community called The Grove at the River Oaks HOA. During my time in this three-story townhouse community, I was very active and spent the past nearly 4 years as treasurer on the board of directors. From November 2021 through June 2022, I wore a double hat of interim property manager while the community was looking for a new property management company. I am a Florida licensed CAM under my company, Seifert Property Management Consultants Corporation. As of July 1st, 2022, I officially took over the property management of the Grove at River Oaks. Upon university graduation, I spent my life in upper management of extremely strong companies in sales, budgeting, marketing, and management. Should an opening ever become available here on Lucerne Lakes South HOA, I would be interested in providing whatever help I might be able to provide. I look forward to meeting you at the upcoming board meeting later this month. Respectfully, Tim Seibert.
I thought you all didn't want more people on the board.
Well, we just lost the board member. This is what we're doing with this tonight.
So you're doing it right away?
Yeah.
All the time,
All
you
the
had
three.
6 months
We can work
before,
on three.
Bob tried to appoint people to the board, you didn't want to do it. So now you want to do it, couldn't get done.
We voted on this.
I mean, it's not right. People that have been all year trying to get on, and we can't just all of a sudden add them.
All
right, we'll table it.
We have 3 people.
You have to read them
We
all.
have-
Oh, okay. All right.
Do you want
Doesn't
to fill
need
the
the rate.
positions?
Hmm?
Do you want to fill the positions or not? I
Okay.
mean,
Whatever you
Just
want.
go one.
yeah, no, not
All right.
just one, we should
Okay.
have 3.
All right.
So
Wait.
we've got
Janet. Janet, she's not here. Yeah.
We have three people up. We have Janet, we have Greg, I don't know how to say his last name. Bob.
No, I call him Greg.
Okay, we have Greg. It's Mahako. I screwed it up, I'm sure. And we have Tim Sieber. Those 3, and there are right now 3 openings.
All right. You want to make a motion? Who wants to make a motion to seat them?
Make a motion to fill all 3?
Yes.
I
Are you
do.
deciding what seat you're putting people in?
Well, they're just,
Oh, yeah, well,
Let Tim fill.
I make a motion to have Tim
Fill
fill the
Bob's.
remainder of Bob's.
right,
And the other 2 fill the empty position.
right.
Did you hear that?
And
The
then
motion is
Janet,
for Tim to fill Bob's position and the other 2 to fill the vacant position.
Okay, have a vacant position expired in January 24. A vacant position expires this coming January, and my position expires January 25th.
Right.
Okay.
You want to make a motion?
Before you didn't want to fill any position.
well, then you don't want any filled, is that?
No, I didn't, no, I said y'all did, the meeting I was at when you were so opposed.
Well,
to-
Bob had brought this onto the,
And y'all were so opposed to,
he had brought it on now.
We're filling them, okay? We're filling the positions.
He brought it onto the, we said we'd discuss it in September. The last time we met in June, we said we'd discuss it in September. Make a
I
motion?
did make the motion.
Everybody seconded?
I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All
Okay.
right, what was your motion?
I'll repeat it. To fill, Tim to fill Bob's position. The other 2 to fill the vacant position. I think they're both
You have to
vacant.
give it to me later.
Here, it's Greg, just put Greg.
You have to give it, you can go for it.
Yeah, I'll do that.
All right.
Okay.
Can I just ask one quick
Marie.
question? I mean, how do you guys,
Is there a second?
with all that's gone on here tonight, with removing Bob from the board and all this and what you just passed just now, you have 2 board members that aren't present. Prior to this, when there were a couple of board members missing, you tabled it till the next meeting. You tabled it till the next meeting. But now, tonight, at your convenience, whenever it's convenient for you guys do whatever you want to do.
Bob was the one that
This is
tabled
a joke.
it.
No, he didn't.
The last two, yes,
Don't get it.
yes, okay.
Really, you guys do whatever you want to do. And that's what this is all about. And half the room doesn't realize that.
Well,
In this day and age, we don't need this crap. I mean, really, we're a small
Do you
HOA.
want us not to fill them? No?
No,
You want us to wait?
they should have been filled months ago.
I know, but they weren't, but do you want us to
But they
wait?
weren't, why?
Because of you.
But why weren't they, Jane?
Yeah.
Why weren't, honestly?
We have
You
no
don't tell me you
time to
can't,
wait.
because you know deep down inside, everybody in this room knows why they weren't
On the
filled.
meeting.
So come on, so you guys sit up there like you're,
Right,
oh,
okay,
okay, he had his 3 minutes a long time.
okay.
you guys are a disgrace. You really are.
Status of procedures.
I don't know what Bob was referring to with status of
So
procedures.
association files, I don't know.
Association files, I met with, John, I met with John Klein, and I gave him all of the, back from 2018, all the, minutes. They were put on to, our GRS put them on. Approvals and
No,
policies.
the association, I met with John also, and I gave him all the information that he felt was pertinent to put on, and what's the new,
And then we put the, all the
procedures that we have, he has.
yes.
So all that should be on the GRS webpage, since everyone has the ability to access. What's the
You want my
sync?
input?
Sync.
Sync.
What?
The only thing I had a problem with the GRS is the public does not have access to the meeting minutes.
No.
We discussed with Kat at one point, she was gonna try and get them put on the public side of the site.
Well, he
John
said,
said it's gonna cost
cost
money
us,
to do
yes,
that.
yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
At this point, for those of you who don't know, the Florida statutes for condos requires that condos have a website. Okay, that's Florida rule now. They do not require that HOAs have websites. So managements, that's a lot of work for the management companies to make these websites, and that's typically what they do. But typically also with the Florida statutes, a year or a year and a half later, Florida comes down and mandates that the HOAs do the same thing that they make the condos do. They give the condos are a little more complicated, so they give that a year of working and make sure it works. And 99% of the time, HOAs are going to get the same rules and have to do the same thing. So we're assuming we're going to have a web page, and that stuff will have to be on probably soon. But as of now, it's not required. But we do have, you can access the GRS portal, and there's a lot of information on there. All our
Well, no, the
our
contracts are.
bylaws and all that other
Yeah.
information, all the policies are on there, they're all listed, everything's listed.
All our documents are on there,
Yeah.
and we also did all the contracts, and that's just for the board. Okay, we did that.
Melissa, what's next? Can you answer this question for me? If you can. When there are bids, is it required that all bids are kept or just the one that is acted upon?
Well, again, for a condo, you have to put all
No, this is-
proposals on the website. You don't have to, but you should for at
Okay.
least a year. You know, there's no reason why you shouldn't, right?
Okay.
They should probably be in G-Vaults under proposals. You know how you have contracts?
yeah.
You can have a line item proposals. That way, if anybody ever questioned anything, you're up front. We got 3 proposals.
Okay.
You know, right? I mean, you're not trying to hide anything, so.
No, I just wondered if they had to be kept
Yeah, for a year, I believe.
for a year?
Right.
Okay.
But there's no sense in not having them. I mean, after a while, you don't want to keep everything.
Well, that's what I'm running into.
You know,
Okay.
but it's not in your file cabinet, it's in somebody else's, right?
No, it's in mine.
Oh, okay. Well, just put it in G-Vault, that way you're.
Yeah, okay.
The next thing is the proposals to replace the swim club locks with key fob system.
Where are you?
I-
No.
Yeah, number 5.
Okay.
I looked over that today. I really don't understand, but I would like him, we did decide that we possibly would go with him, but I would like them to come and explain what is on the proposal. It doesn't make any sense to me.
Then let's table it till we can get him there.
Okay.
I can give you some information if you want it, or.
Yeah.
How much does it cost?
Well, that's a lot of the stuff we don't know yet, so that's the stuff we have to, I mean, the cost would come out of the reserve fund.
It's a lot, isn't it?
Huh?
It says $6,000 or more.
I don't think it's worth it.
But we'll-
Table that.
I
Okay.
suggest we table that so we
Okay.
can get some more
If we're
information.
tabling that, I have 4 more keys left.
Well, we can get some.
Can I order keys?
Yes,
Okay.
yeah, because we.
It's under $1,000. It's $200 for 20 keys.
Why would you want to go to the expense of a key fob system?
There's a lot that we would explain when we do it. Right now, there's more information we gotta get before we get to that point. We're not.
We have keys,
Yeah, but
There's
so
too
does
many
people who
keys
don't
out.
live in this community have keys.
okay, and if they come here,
We can't stop them.
yes, we can.
Well,
They
do-
walk through that door, you
And
pick
who-
up the
but
phone, you call the
nobody's
sheriff's
here.
department.
Nobody does that though.
And tell them that you have trespass.
Do you know who doesn't live here? If you're here and they come in, do you know who they are?
If you little placard things to put our little keys on, we would know.
You know, we don't know who has them
What
and who
might-
doesn't have them. That's the problem.
No,
With the
yeah.
fobs, we can control that, and we can control turning them off too. So,
All right,
You
let's-
can also
Um,
defeat fobs very easily.
okay, we'll just table that.
Forest Oak share of canal weave
Okay,
maintenance.
Bob had asked me to explain this, and I explained this maybe April or May. No, it was earlier than that. I had given Bob a check that I had gotten from Nick
February.
from the golf club. What had happened was back when I was president, and I knew that Mattamy might be coming here. I went to Nick, who was the owner. Can I have your attention? Who's the owner of the golf club? I said, Nick, when and if Mattamy takes over ownership of the golf club, could you ask them to pick up the contract for the weed spraying that we picked up for the canals that are within Lucerne Lake South? That was the question I went to Nick. Nick said, I'm not going to ask them that. I'll tell you what I'll do. I will pay, personally, him will pay for the cost that we had for this community to spray the canals. So what he did, he paid from a period of time. I don't have that period of time in front of me, but he paid up to last January, which at that point was the time we thought Mattamy was going to be purchasing the golf club. Of course, that's gone by. They haven't purchased it yet. And he has indicated to me that he will pick up from January to whenever Mattamy picks up, he will reimburse us for those costs again. That's out of his pocket. That's his good nature. He doesn't have to do that. He's doing it, and he's offered to do that. That's where we are with that. So,
And we did it because homeowners were complaining
that
they were bad.
The weeds
And
were
so
bad.
that's why the association did it.
So that's that.
All right, new business, budget committee.
Okay, I've been working on the budget items. I've contacted all the vendors that we have. It's early because vendors don't want to commit for January next year, especially with the economy right now. They don't want to commit to any pricing yet, but at least they know that I want to know where they're going to be so we can put in the budget. It's typically, like with GRS, their fees, we have a contract with GRS for what we pay them. we have a rule in there that they can't be any higher than the cost of living increase, okay? Up to last year, that wasn't a problem. This year is going to be a little bit higher because the cost of living is quite a bit higher. But there again, we usually do the September cost of living, and that hasn't come out yet. So there are figures we don't have yet. As soon as we get the figures, we'll have the committee. The committee is made up of 2 board members. I'm going to ask that Marge said she would help 2 board members and 1 community member.
Well, we always had 3 before. We had 3 board members and a community member.
We never had 3 since I've been doing it. No, we've been
alright.
doing 2.
Okay.
Jane is, yeah, we did
So
2
it's
board
before
members
you.
and a community member.
Yeah.
So,
I think a new board member, Tim, would be a good asset for that, but that's just my input.
who?
Tim.
Well, then we need a community member. So if there's a community member that's interested in sitting on the budget committee, give us your names and we'll make contact with you. Anyone? Let us know at the end of the meeting if you're interested. So probably the beginning of October, I will have a lot of the information put together that we can compile a preliminary budget and go from there. And then typically in October, the board will get the proposal. We have to vote on it by November because GRS needs the figures to be able to get the booklets out in time for the January payments. So we have to have a budget by the November meeting. So sometimes we have to call a special meeting if that's the case, that we can't vote on it at the November meeting. But other than that, that's the plan.
Okay, the collection dues. Did you ever get what it from?
Did you find out?
Kathy wasn't there, and I wasn't there yesterday. But I did leave a note on her desk. But what we do need to do with this collection policy is figure out when you want to send them to the attorney. I do know that the 30-day letter is given.
Okay, typically we give a late letter 30 days after the due date. The due date is the first of each quarter, first day of each quarter. After 30 days, it's late. So if a month has 31 days, on the 31st date, if it's not paid, it's late. They get a first letter. Then
you would get the 30-day letter.
at when? At what point?
If your collection policy says that after 30 days you're late, then they'll get they'll get a first letter and it will say 15 days. You have to abide by 15 days. After that 15th day, then you'll get your 30.
Then a 30-day notice.
So it's kind of like 3 warnings.
Typically, what we had approved in the past was that after the second quarter is late, it goes to the attorney automatically. It doesn't come through the board. And then we could somehow fill this in to make that fit.
Okay.
So
that's fine.
That's how we
just know that they still have to get a 30-day letter. So what you were saying is that what you want them to do is after it's late on the 30th of that month, you want them to do a 30-day letter.
Right.
Then you're on time. Now
Right.
you're on schedule.
Right.
So that's what we want to make sure that's in there.
Okay.
So after 30 days, they're going to get the 30-day notice, which will give them 2 months. And in between those 30 days, they have a right to pay.
Okay.
I was looking through the amounts also, and I saw 2 of them have not paid since
Yes.
12/21.
A long time.
Now, the
And-
lawyer has some of it.
They don't have these 2.
Okay, then that's up to us to make a motion to send, because right now they don't have this agreement. Okay, so they are not sending anything to Larry automatically.
Yeah.
If you have 2 numbers, only numbers, and make a motion, we will send those to Larry.
Right, and they're going over $1,000, and you know, I mean, we have a couple that are at 11,000 and 10,000, and we don't want
They
them.
should be at the attorney.
Yeah, well,
Those
those are, but they accumulated too quickly, and you know, so I think after 1,000, you know,
Well,
And
I would-
after a certain time,
I would say after 30 days, if that's what you're gonna, because it's really gonna be after 60 days, because
Right.
you're gonna get a
Right.
second notice, right? After 30 days, you do a 30-day notice and that be done with. You don't have to have a board meeting to approve it or whatever.
It's automatic.
Now, if somebody comes to you and says, hey, listen, I have a hardship.
Right.
I want a payment plan, you have that right to develop, you know.
the payment
If they
plan,
take the initiative
Typically,
to
our
do
lawyer
that.
sets
Yeah,
up those payment
yeah,
plans.
the attorney
Okay.
sets up the payment plan.
So we let him do that.
That's perfect.
So
Gets
if they
us
come
out
to
of
you,
that.
they come to us and say that, or they come to you
You
and
let-
say
you go
that,
to the
then you
attorney.
go to the attorney.
Okay, well, I
Well,
would.
then, let's make a motion that any current homeowner that is 2 quarters in the rear gets sent to the lawyer.
Okay.
And then we don't have to make any names on.
You want to make that motion?
I'll make that motion. Do I have to re-say it?
No, I mean, that's fine. I was going to make it.
Okay.
That's good.
Oh,
I'll
okay.
second it.
All right. All in favor?
Aye.
Just a minute. 2 quarters in the rear, you're doing what?
Well, it's not 2 quarters, it's,
That's
Your
what
month-
we've been doing. 2 quarter, we don't
but
send it
your
to the
monthly?
quarterly.
Quarterly, we're quarterly.
Oh, okay. Oh, so you're gonna do it on your the
Second quarter late. That's typically what we've been doing. I know that's giving them a lot of time.
Wow. And
But
even
it's
more
only due
so.
on
Yeah.
a quarter. I mean,
Yeah.
At least for now, let's do that now until we decide if we want to make this differently.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right,
So anyone that is now 2 quarters late, get forwarded to the lawyer. Okay.
You guys are nice.
We'll do that as of the current age.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean,
All right.
since 12,
Also-
12/21.
The fee, late fee is.
$25.
No, we're
no,
$5.
no.
We're $5.
$5 a what?
Huh?
$5 what? What's the
A
rest of the
quarter.
sentence?
A quarter.
A quarter.
Well, then we're not following our guidelines
No,
because
the guidelines say $5 a month.
per month.
But that's when you collect it per month. We don't collect per month, we collect per quarter. And that's not in there either. So a lot of that, we got to clear that up.
Yeah.
Because we changed from monthly to quarterly. And,
When did we ever do monthly?
We never did monthly.
well,
We've
that's
never
what
done
it
monthly.
must have done it in the very beginning, because that's what the bylaws said. So it must have been done way back when this place started,
Oh, because way back, it used to be,
yearly.
but the fee was like $20 or something.
The bylaws
back
also
when-
said,
When
gives us-
Beverly Flack was here.
the bylaws also says we can increase that amount.
Oh, yeah.
But the question is, can the board increase it, or must it be done by the CCR?
CCRs.
Well, it's not clear in there.
I know.
We
But
gotta-
I think we discussed this with Larry when we were doing the CCRs, and he said it had to be done in the
That's,
CCRs.
it would be done there, but.
Yeah.
I would think the residents would want it to be done by both CCRs, not just
Okay,
us
that's fine.
deciding.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Okay, proposed overflow parking policy.
What about it?
We're gonna
We-
discuss it.
Do we want to, is that the policy we want? I noticed,
I thought this was already.
no, we didn't do it.
No, we didn't,
We
we just
talked
talked
about
about
it.
it.
We talked
This
about
is what
it.
was talked at the workshop.
Do you want me to just read it?
You don't have yours?
I have mine.
Yeah, overflow parking lot policy. And it says the east overflow parking lot is available to LLHOA community, except that the parking lot belongs to the swim club.
Not the second one. I don't
Not
think.
the second.
Yes,
Both
we
of
argued this before.
both of them do.
Both of them do.
Okay. So it's only 10.
I had it
10
someplace.
homes that can't use
Yes, right.
So
What
it
was
should-
in there?
It should
So-
not be LOH members only.
No, it should
should
be
be
swim
take
club
away
it.
the,
Members, swim club.
Swim club members. And then it says, for LLA, underneath, it says that should be swim club members.
Yeah, okay.
We
ID,
have everybody except 10 people are swim club members now?
Yes, every house.
ID must be posted on driver's side dash, including name, address, and phone number clearly visible. Short-term parking only, no more than 48 hours within a 7-day period, 1 vehicle per household. Violators are subject to be towed at owner's expense. Exceptions must be requested to the LLHOA president. If approved, a signed exception notice must be posted on the driver's side dash. The West Swim parking lot is available to LLHOA community members with the following conditions.
Is that this one right here?
That's this one close to us.
Yeah. For LLHOA members and their guests while using the pool or community building, overnight parking is allowed only if the east lot is full. ID must be posted on the driver's dash, including name, address, phone number, clearly visible. Vehicles allowed from 8 p.m. till 8 a.m. the next morning, then must be removed from lots.
Go back to the sentence on the west swim parking lot is available to LLHOA community members. Is that swim club too?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. I think you take off the A's, swim club.
Yeah. So do we make this a policy?
Do we have discussion? Well, that's not discussion. This is going to affect people.
All right.
I have a question.
Yeah, go
Yeah.
ahead.
In this day and age, you really think it's a good idea to have somebody's name and phone number and all that information posted where anybody can read it? Sounds pretty dangerous to me.
We have no other way of controlling it because people park there from other communities
Can't
because
you get decals, some type of decals that says it's part of this community to hand out to somebody? I would never post that kind of information for any passerby to get.
so far we've had no trouble with anyone posting it. It's always been, people have been posting it for as long as we've been doing it.
With their phone number?
Yeah.
I would never do
Well, the reason for that is so we can contact them if they're leaving it there for a week or 2
But
weeks.
if you had a
That's
decal,
very nice. You shouldn't do that.
Well,
If
having,
you're a resident, the board should have a list of tag numbers of people that live here. And they should be able to look up and say, they don't live here. Who are they?
All of this.
If they just put their name and address, the board has everybody's phone numbers. We have that directory. We shouldn't have to put our phone numbers.
all right.
We can remove the
We can
phone number.
remove the phone number. We can remove the phone number.
Yeah, because that's kind of.
Okay.
That's
It's a
fine.
good suggestion.
We'll remove the phone number.
It was only on there because we didn't want somebody to get towed without knowing it Right. ahead of time. That's a good idea.
Thank you.
Yeah, we've had people from other parts of the community, not our community, leaving their cars in the lots, and we have no idea who they are. And yet, we go and tow them, and then we find out it's one of our members, and we didn't even know it was their car. We don't want to do that. So that's the reason we asked for that information.
Thank you. That was a good.
Any,
Okay. Any other? Yes.
You said you were going to change the date for the special meeting? to discuss-
No,
No,
We're
no,
talking
no.
about-
We're on parking. We'll,
That's next.
How are you gonna enforce this? Who's gonna physically do it?
We'll have to assign somebody
Well-
to check it. We've always assigned somebody to keep tabs on it
I noticed that the lot is kind of empty
right now.
right now. There haven't been as much cars parked there.
The snowbirds come down. The tails change.
Yeah. All right.
You want to approve this as a
But-
policy?
Hmm?
Do we want to approve this as a policy?
Oh, yeah.
I'll make a motion that we approve this as the parking lot policy. And part of my motion is that we publish it in the newsletter.
Okay.
I need a second.
I'll second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay, special election notice. What did you have in mind, Bob, when you put that on?
It's been,
What happened? What happened?
No, I just put that on so that we just made a statement that there was a notice received and we'll have a meeting the 26th that everybody's been notified. But I was actually going to maybe ask what the purpose of that meeting was and what we're going to discuss. Because I haven't heard yet.
that's not true. Vice Chair? Vice Chair?
Yes.
The meeting was posted and sent out to everybody. And it's a board meeting. It's not a special community meeting. Difference. There's two differences there. It's a special meeting at the board, and it's concerning me and the group that wants to remove me from the board. It will be discussion only. There will be no vote at that meeting. Okay? Based on the fact of how it was presented in the petition. It didn't meet the requirements to have a vote because it's not a community meeting. It's a board meeting. So there will just be discussion, and basically what my understanding is, the charges against me will be read. I'll have my chance to answer those charges, and that's it. It'll be discussion on that.
And no vote.
There will be no vote
And why?
because of the way the petition was
And
presented.
how was,
That's what we.
explain that.
That's lawyers talk. So can't.
Well,
can't
no
help
one
you.
can get through to Mr. Cortez, how can we find out?
Well,
I asked him to be there. I don't know if
he's
He will.
planning. He's
He's
planning
planning
on
on
being
being
there. He will
there.
explain that.
Okay.
He will explain that. So
I
it
just
will
want to
be.
get that information out.
We had a fence policy.
Well, I'm trying to think, you got a copy of the request, because that came in the mail, that they were
It
requesting
doesn't
a
sound
special
like a
meeting,
meeting.
right?
That's why I want to discuss it a little bit, just to get that out. And if it's just the purpose of Ed, that's fine, that's one of the requirements of the action for Ed to be able to respond to those charges.
But it's not an open meeting?
Yeah, it's open.
Yes, yes.
It's open to everybody.
Yes.
It's a special
Just
board
board
meeting.
But it's the one Monday night.
It's Monday night. It's been advertised.
Well, but somebody wants to change the date. It's.
Yeah,
You know what
you only
the
have so
default
many
is?
dates.
We wouldn't have legal
You have to
coverage.
have it so many dates after so much.
Yeah, we have to set some deadlines, and that was
So
one
we
of
have to
them.
keep it Monday?
Yeah.
It's inappropriate for this community, that date. Yeah. It is. And if a mistake was made by whoever arranged it or set the date, then they should reset the date. It would be the right thing to do.
Larry set the date.
Doesn't it have to be so many days after
Yeah,
the
Larry set the
notification?
date.
There's so many parameters in the date setting process.
Okay, but
And he followed those parameters.
Well, it's in an inappropriate date, though.
I will speak to him and ask him if we could change the date.
However many days you need to.
I will speak to him and ask him if we could change the date that it wasn't intentional.
No, I
I mean,
understand that.
I should know.
I
And, and
understand,
it wasn't
but
intentional at all.
But it's true, it's truly inappropriate.
Yeah, it would be like trying to get a Good Friday or something.
Yeah.
I agree.
And,
All right, let me see what we
Okay.
could do.
and how will we be notified?
What?
How will,
We'll have, hopefully it'll be in time to put in the newsletter.
Well, it's-
You won't
No,
get
no,
the
no,
notice.
that's right, we won't have it
It'll be
until
posted. It'll be posted.
Well, they'll have to do another letter, because they just sent out a letter.
Yeah.
right, I mean, it's,
They'll have to do another letter.
I mean, I think you would save yourself a lot, people
You may have
being
to have the
critical.
meeting on that date because it was advertised, and then it can be changed at that meeting. I don't know how else you get around it.
Yeah, that's what I said, I'll speak to Larry and ask him what to
Yeah,
do.
you had to follow so many days after.
Well,
Right.
but it's been published, it's been
Right.
advertised. So.
Yeah, I don't know.
We'll get a clarification on it.
Yeah, Yeah, we may be able to do that, you know, just don't do away with it, but let the meeting, and at the meeting, you know, I don't know. I will speak to him. I'll try to get him tomorrow and see if, you know, what we can do about it. I can understand what you're feeling.
I have,
Yeah. And I didn't know, I didn't realize it either. I got a call from somebody and they said, "Do you realize that it's on Rosh Hashanah?" And I said, "No, I didn't."
How many days is that?
Rosh Hashanah, well, actually, what the holiday runs is till the end of, and the end is Yom Kippur, when we,
Yeah, but the religious date, the actual time
yeah,
is from sundown
Down
on
to
Sunday
night
night
to
to
sundown
sundown on Tuesday
day,
night.
yeah.
And then, so, and there are services on Monday and Tuesday in synagogue. And if it's Monday, Tuesday for Rosh Hashanah, then Yom Kippur
Kippur
is
is
Wednesday.
Wednesday. Yeah,
It
it's
took
the
me a
fol-
long time, but I figured that out.
Yeah, it's the following Wednesday.
Right.
And that's the highest holy day of the entire
Well, but Rosh
year.
Hashanah and Yom Kippur are, you know, it would be,
Christmas and Easter.
yeah, or, I mean, it would be like Good Friday.
Oh,
Well,
it was inadvertent, I'm telling you, it was inadvertent.
I understand, but it should be corrected.
Okay.
Can't you make the decision tonight that it will be changed and it won't be on Monday, it won't be on the holiday?
No, I can't. I don't know how you undo this. I'm not an attorney. I don't know how you undo.
No, can't you
Setting
just
a
say it'll be changed?
We
it's
don't
not
know
going
what
into
time,
effect.
what he used, because there's specific
Not a
times
calendar.
there's specific times in the ruling, in their rules that he has to follow.
Yeah, but
We don't know what he
whatever-
followed.
Okay, but whatever it is, I don't know, however long it is to make a public announcement about a meeting, it can be re-announced again. That's possible if a meeting should not be on a certain day.
That's what we're gonna find out.
I remember last year or the year before, maybe the September board meeting was changed because it was the holiday, and other meetings have, you know, the December meeting wouldn't be on Christmas, I'm sure.
I will find out tomorrow.
okay, let's go.
Okay.
I have a fence policy that we started. You wanna table that till next
Oh,
time?
yeah,
I know
yeah.
nothing about it.
Is there any reason
All right.
they don't just have it at the next board meeting?
What?
Just say, why don't they just have all these things at the board meeting?
Because if you read the bylaws, there are specific guidelines, 10 days, 30 days, there's specific time from the time it was received to the time the notice goes out. There's very specific timelines, and that's
48
when
hours for the ARC.
regular meetings is not a problem. They're easy to change. This is not.
What I'm saying is, why don't they schedule things like this for the regular board meeting day?
Because it isn't a regular board meeting.
It's a legality, it's a recall, so they have to go by the law. It's a recall, it's
The
not.
law says you cannot have that meeting on the board meeting day?
No,
Right, no.
it's not a board meeting, it's a special meeting. It's a separate meeting, completely separate. It's not a regular board meeting.
There are laws
And there's a
regarding
reason
the.
it can't be
Are we
done
done?
on a regular board meeting.
No.
Yeah. No, they did. All right, and then, the next meeting will be October 19th after the special meeting. The regular board meeting will be October 19th. And can I have,
Are you
Motion.
gonna have, another open mic session? We have on here homeowners,
they just did.
no, you did it before the new business.
No, but we just.
Okay,
they
well,
just-
I didn't know you were doing that.
Oh, but they
So
just,
I have something to add,
oh, all right.
and I have copies if you want to follow along, or I'll just spew it out. This is regarding the waterway maintenance. I discuss with Ed, discuss that, and he was going to put something in writing. We still don't have anything in writing as to what the agreement is. Ed has stated what the agreement is, but as business practice, there should be something in writing. As far as the numbers that were thrown out, as of September 22nd, this board has spent $40,900 in waterway maintenance. And that's from December 9th, December '09. Now, I don't know when Grillo or Forest Oaks became the golf course, but I think it was before December '09. If, as Ed discussed when we were discussing it, that maybe we should be sharing that waterway maintenance cost, that would mean there's $20,450 that should be paid by Grillo. So far, they've paid $35.80. That was a check we received in February. These are balances $16,870. So I would hold them fully responsible for 100%, even though they said they would pay it all. This board should at least be looking for $16,870. And that is one of the things that I went to our famous attorney about back in March of last year, of this year, and never got a response despite several repeated requests. So again, that's something I didn't present to the board. It was a board issue. I asked a question of the attorney. I didn't get an answer, so I didn't give anything to the board on this subject, other than continuously asking what the story is. So I just want to clarify that based on what you just had for discussion on this issue. My other point I wanted to make as a homeowner is what exactly is the lawyer going to do for you when someone's in arrears? You don't have anything in place to go after that homeowner that's in arrears. So what is the lawyer going to enforce?
Normally, as soon as they get an attorney's letter, you get the money.
Really?
Yeah.
Within
Yeah.
90 days, you can file, the lawyer can file a lien.
Okay, so
You have to give 90 days notification.
So the lawyer, it takes a lawyer to file that lien?
And the lawyer will charge you
Because if-
$150, $200.
The point I was leading up to is, if we had this fob system, at least we could exclude people from using the clubhouse and the pool while they're in arrears.
Yes.
Because you're not gonna go to the house, knock the door, and have them give you the key.
Exactly.
So that's one benefit of the fob.
Oh, yeah.
Definitely. Definitely a good benefit. And
And it would
keep people from using either if they aren't in the community, because we could turn them off.
Do you have a motion to
Is there
adjourn?
anyone else?
Is there a second?
We have a motion to second to adjourn.
Who seconded?
I did.
I thought you made it.
Oh,
No, she made it.
Jane made it?
Jane made it. He seconded it. All in favor?
aye.
Aye.
I think pretty well. Housing and all that. Yeah, I went through it. I see your changes here.
I might have to fill in the last page if you don't have it.
All right, I'll be out of town, but I'll be on my computer.
Okay.
Bring the phone.
It was a newsletter.
Thank you.
They're nice. I got that. So your petty cash. Changes on the web. So I'm I'll be exactly so long before this is because So it is October. We get change Sunday. Charge you $35 to take them.
Yes, they're on the mail.
So I'll gotta read it tomorrow.
Thank you for your help.
That is